not lazy, it's just half-assed reviews.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. After the marvelous reboot that was released in 2013, we finally get to play the long-awaited sequel. I can't believe they made this game so fast in only 3 years. That's right, I said 3 years because I don't have an Xbox One. I almost considered buying one, but when they announced that it would be on the PS4 a year later, I decided to wait. Why they would announce that right away, I have no idea. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of a game being exclusive to a console? Anywho, I made the right choice by waiting because now I get the definitive version with all the bells and whistles, and all I had to do was play some other games for a year instead. But enough making fun of Microsoft for wasting money on a temporary exclusive. Let's talk about the game itself. If you liked the first game in the series, and there's plenty more here with a little extra sauce for you jabronis. The game takes place in both Siberia and Syria, for like 5 minutes, but mostly just Siberia. But that's okay, because even though you're mostly in one location, the different areas you traverse are varied enough to not feel like the same old place and keeps your settings from feeling boring. A big difference with this game and the first one is that Laura's already established here, which I honestly prefer, as fun as it was going through Laura's journey with her in the first game. It's not that I didn't like her character's transformation, but the whole thing was completely belittled to me for her friends that were just as inexperienced as her to be able to grow into such badasses as well and become able to fight the hardened soldiers on the stranded island in the first game, and they didn't even get any credit for it either. This time around, all of her allies are previously trained, so it doesn't make Laura or the game lose credibility. As for the enemies, it's pretty much Laura, her friend Jonah, and the locals versus an army called Trinity as they look for the divine source, but that's about as far as the story as I'll get into, other than mentioning that I liked it, but the gameplay is what makes this a poop load of fun. Rise of the Tomb Raider is filled with tons of exploration while finding optional collectibles, hunting animals, upgrading equipment and abilities, and exploring optional tombs with a good balance between gunfights and puzzle solving as well as great visuals. And I have to say that there isn't one puzzle in this game that had a bullshit solution that you wouldn't be able to figure out on your own. This game's wonderful, and while it isn't perfect, I didn't really have many complaints as I do a few nitpicks here and there. Like, first of all, why weren't there more boss fights? I mean, there kind of are here and there, but it's mostly just fighting normal humans and this one battle with a witch while you're hallucinating. The game's not exactly realistic or grounded, so why not get a little crazy with a few more boss fights? How about a T-Rex for old time's sake? My main problem with this game, though, is that it's relatively short, which is a rare thing for me to complain about since I hate games that are too long. I found myself purposely playing it slowly in order to get more time with it by trying to collect upgrades for things I didn't particularly need with the game being so easy. I know it has difficulty settings, but I want my normal mode to have me die once or twice, damn it. I didn't get killed by an enemy one time in this game, and the only deaths I had were caused by mistimed jumps. There's just too much ammo lying around, and I have too many guns with me at all times. Plus, I don't know about the Xbox version, but on the PS4 you have various outfits that have different abilities that help you out even more. And as much fun as it is exploring and doing side missions, it's just not as much fun as doing bonus stuff in the Arkham games, but I'm probably just holding this game to too high of a standard. However, saying that the main problem with the game is that you want even more to do on top of there really being more than enough content for $60 isn't really a valid complaint. I mean, by admitting that, you're saying the game's fun. But as far as an official score, I'll give Rise of the Tomb Raider for the PS4 a 12 out of 13.5. You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving this a 1 out of 10 because it doesn't have a nude code and I'm a piece of shit.